Nicki Minaj tweeted about you guys. She said, Harvey, you're done for, and the Rasta man next to you is also up. Your time is up.
Who said that?
No,
Well,
the
obviously
Barbs
she
are
is.
all mad about our article and our headline. I don't think it has anything to do with that.
The rap world is boiling over with some seriously hot gossip right now. The kind that has fans picking sides and social media lighting up like a fireworks show. At the center of it all is Nicki Minaj, who's been firing off words like shots from a cannon.
Who responded? Nicki? Oh, Nicki responded? It's not good.
Hey, Nicki, if you're available right now. Hey, girl. If you're available right now, we'd love to have you on TMZ Live to talk about this. Eat shit. You in the paperwork, you know what you did.
First at her longtime rival Cardi B, and then turning that fire on a popular radio show crew. It's the kind of back and forth that keeps everyone glued to their phones, wondering who's going to clap back next. This isn't just any old argument tits layered with years of built-up tension, but let's dive into what's happening today, because the latest twists are wild enough to fill a whole episode. It all kicked off just a couple of days ago when Nicki Minaj hopped on X, that's the platform formerly known as Twitter, and let loose a stream of posts aimed straight at Cardi B. Nicki didn't hold back, calling out Cardi for everything from her style choices to how she handles her success in the music game. Fans could feel the heat through their screens as Nicki painted a picture of Cardi, someone who's been riding coattails instead of earning her spot. One post after another dropped, each one sharper than the last, and before long, the Barbs, that's Nicki's super loyal fan army, were flooding the replies with support, turning the whole thing into a full-blown online storm. Hashtags started trending, memes popped up everywhere, and suddenly half the internet was debating who had the better bars in this war of words. But Nicki wasn't done there. As the posts kept coming, she started weaving in jabs at other folks she felt were part of the problem. She called out people in the industry who she thinks play favorites or stir up trouble for clicks. It was like watching a one-woman show where the stage was her phone, and the audience was millions strong. The energy was electric. Some cheered her on for speaking her truth, while others shook their heads, saying it was time to let old beef cool off. By the end of the night, Nicki's feed looked like a battlefield, littered with bold statements and zero regrets. Now, enter The Breakfast Club, that iconic morning radio show that's been dishing out real talk and hip-hop for years. The hosts caught wind of Nicki's outburst pretty quick, and on their latest episode, they couldn't resist jumping in. DJ Envy and Jess, hilarious, two of the show's main voices, sat down to unpack what Nicki had said about Cardi. They laughed through parts of it, pointing out how the whole thing felt like a repeat of drama we've seen before. Jess, with her quick wit, leaned into the conversation, saying how Nicki's energy sometimes comes off as over the top, like she's trying to rewrite history with every tweet. Envy nodded along, adding that while Nicki's a legend, picking fights like this doesn't help anyone shine brighter. They kept it light but firm, basically saying it's time for the queens of rap to lift each other up, instead of tearing down. Their takes spread like wildfire. Clips from the show hit social media within minutes, and fans were split right down the middle. Some loved the hosts for calling it like they saw it, sharing the video with captions like, "Finally, someone says it." Others, especially the Barbs, weren't having it. They fired back in the comments, defending Nicki tooth and nail, accusing the show of bias toward Cardi. The backlash was swift tweets calling out The Breakfast Club for meddling, edits of old interviews where the hosts had praised Nicki, twisted to show flip-flopping. It was chaos in the best way, the kind that makes you refresh your feed every 5 minutes just to catch the next hit. And that's when Nicki doubled down. Not even 24 hours later, she was back on X. This time, zeroing in on the Breakfast Club crew like they were the main villains in her story. She labeled them as nasty and untrustworthy, dragging DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, and even Charlamagne Tha God into the mix. In one particularly fiery post, she spelled out their names and questioned their whole vibe, saying they've been fake from the jump and don't deserve the respect they get. It was personal. Nicki didn't just criticize. She dissected, pulling up old moments from the show to back her points. She talked about how they've handled guests in the past, implying a pattern of shady moves that rubbed her the wrong way. The posts kept rolling, each one building on the last, until it felt like Nicki was airing out a laundry list of gripes she'd been holding on to for ages. The Barbs went into overdrive, amplifying every word. They trended phrases like, "We love you, Nicki," and started subtweeting the hosts, turning the feud into a team sport. Meanwhile, over on Cardi's side, things stayed quieter at first. Cardi, who's no stranger to these clashes, posted a few shady emojis and a quick video, but she let her supporters do most of the heavy lifting. Her fans, the Barty gang, jumped in with edits and throwback clips, reminding everyone of past wins in this ongoing saga. It was like two armies clashing online, with the Breakfast Club caught in the crossfire, becoming unlikely pawns in the bigger battle. But here's the fun part. The targets of Nicki's latest shots aren't sweating it one bit. DJ Envy and Jess Hilarious? They're treating the whole thing like water off a duck's back. In follow-up chats and social posts, they've been cracking jokes about it. Shrugging off the insults with that classic radio host charm, Envy posted a clip where he just shakes his head and laughs, saying something along the lines of, "We could over here keep it coming if you want." Jess took it a step further, sharing a meme of herself looking unbothered, captioning it with a wink to her fans. It's smart. Really, they're turning potential negativity into more buzz for their show, proving they've been in the game long enough to handle a little heat. Charlemagne even chimed in later, giving Nicki a playful shout-out in his own style, but without escalating the fire. The whole crew's vibe is chill, like they've seen this movie before and know the ending. Social media, though? It's a whole different story. The drama has pulled in everyone, from casual listeners to big-name artists. The comment sections are gold mines of opinions. Some folks are exhausted, begging for a truce so we can get back to new music. Others are living for it, compiling thread after thread of receipts to prove their fave's side. One viral post rounded up Nicki's tweets side by side with Breakfast Club clips, and it racked up thousands of likes in hours. Even non-rap fans are tuning in, drawn by the sheer entertainment value of watching grown artists hash it out publicly. It's reminded everyone how raw and real hip-hop can be, where loyalty runs deep and words cut sharp. This isn't hurting ticket sales or streams either. If anything, it's boosting them. Nicki's latest tracks are climbing charts again. Cardi's old hits are getting replayed, and the Breakfast Club's ratings? Through the roof. It's like the feud is a secret sauce that keeps the culture spicy. Fans are already speculating on what's next. Will Cardi drop a full response track? Will the radio show invite Nicki back for a face-to-face? Or will it fizzle out until the next awards show red carpet, where the stares alone could start round two? Only time will tell. But one thing's clear. In this game, drama like this is the fuel that keeps the engine running. As the dust starts to settle from these past few days, it's worth looking back at how we even got here. The bad blood between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B didn't start with a tweet in 2025, it's been simmering since. Cardi burst onto the scene back in 2017 with her breakout hit Bodak Yellow. Nicki, the undisputed queen of rap at the time, with hits like Anaconda and Super Bass, saw Cardi as a fresh face shaking up her throne. Whispers turned to Shad Nicki would drop subtle lines in interviews, questioning if Cardi was built for the long haul. Cardi fired back, praising Nicki at first, but then calling out what she saw as gatekeeping. Things heated up at the 2018 New York Fashion Week, where a scuffle broke out involving the two camp shoes flew, egos bruised, and the headlines wrote themselves. From there, it was diss tracks and Instagram lives, with each side accusing the other of copying styles or biting success. Nicki went hard on songs like Roman's Revenge, while Cardi clapped back with features that nodded to the beef without naming names. Over the years, there were olive branches of joint performance here, a shout-out there, but the tension never fully cooled. Add in industry pressures, fan wars, and the spotlight's glare, and you've got a rivalry that's as much a part of hip-hop history as any classic battle. What makes this latest round stand out is how it's spilled over to folks like the Breakfast Club, showing how one artist's words can ripple out and pull everyone into the whirlpool. It's a reminder that in rap, the mic isn't just for beats, it's for settling scores, building empires, and keeping the conversation alive. Also, as we wait for the next move, grab your popcorn, because this tea, it's still brewing, and it's as toxic and tasty as ever.